Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have a mini course, Telepathically Connect with Your Specific Person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to give you guys a bit of a 101 in how manifestations actually come about, in how they materialize in the 3D reality. Because I get the impression that a lot of people in the manifesting community, and also unfortunately a lot of coaches, almost present it as if it's something magical. And you guys, I'm here to tell you it's not. It's actually the most natural thing in the world. We're all manifesting 24/7 since the day we're born. And our manifestations are a natural projection, a natural reflection of what we have within and who we are being within, of our own dominant inner states. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just said, there's often this impression in the manifesting community that we're going to do the inner work and then something magically is going to appear, whether that's your SP coming back, whether that is a load of money coming to your life, or whatever the desire or desires might be that you're manifesting. I feel there's this impression going around that somehow they're going to come about in a magical way. The reality is, in the vast majority of manifestations, they come about naturally. They come about in the course of your 3D reality, of your day-to-day life. In other words, they come through what we call the path of least resistance. What does that mean? Let's say you're manifesting a specific person. I know a lot of you guys watching this channel are manifesting a specific person. Let's say it's an ex, okay? So you do the inner work, you get yourself into a better state, you start feeling better, you start feeling more normal, you start changing your perceptions about the situation. And so then you go about your life and you anticipate that at some point your manifestation is going to come through. What is most likely to happen when your manifestation comes through, because it is going to come through at some point, if your new state becomes dominant within you, it has to come through. So once that happens, most likely it's going to happen in the most natural way possible. Let's say you and your specific person primarily communicate via text. Most likely you're going to get a text from them. In this case, that is the path of least resistance. If you're manifesting a lot of money, yes, you might win the lottery. However, there might be other ways that fit more within the path of least resistance. For example, you have a friend who's starting a new business and who thinks you will be amazing, and they make you an offer to be their business partner, and then you do that, you accept that offer, and within a couple of years, you find yourself a millionaire. In this case, in this manifestation, that was your path of least resistance to acquire this money. In some cases, it might even be that you got an inheritance. Maybe that was the path of least resistance for you. People affirm for money, and the money ends up coming in various different ways that are natural to them. They're natural to their 3D, and they're natural to their life and or their lifestyle. For example, some people get a huge tax refund. Some other people might have an old employer realize that they owe them money from their past employment, and all of a sudden they get a big check in the mail with that money. Someone else might get a big refund from some other source. What I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to convey is that in each one of these cases, the manifestation, which was money or abundance, financial abundance, whatever you've been manifesting, came about in the most natural ways, the ways that were actually tied and the ways that fit into the person's current 3D reality. If you're blocked by your specific person and you're manifesting contact, the most natural way, the path of least resistance, most likely is that at some point they unblock you and they text you or they call you. Similar to that, your day-to-day states, your day-to-day responses to what comes up in your 3D also manifests accordingly into your 3D. Let me give you some examples. Let's say that you're manifesting being someone who is respected by their romantic partners. Let's say you had a pattern of not being respected by your romantic partners and you've decided, you know what, I've had enough. I'm going to break this cycle. From now on, my romantic partners respect me. Once you start embodying that state of that person who is respected by their romantic partners, if you genuinely embody that state, what is likely going to happen is that you will start not taking disrespect anymore. You will start not tolerating it. So when it comes up in your 3D, most likely you're going to walk away from it. Most likely you're not going to accept it any longer, because now what you've accepted for yourself is that you are the person who is being respected. So by walking away then, and by doing that, by embodying that new state, by acting and responding to that situation the way the person who is respected would respond to that situation, you start manifesting people taking you more seriously and people respecting you. So you see that just by changing your perception of yourself and changing your response to a situation in the 3D, you are manifesting being the person who is respected. And that is the most natural path and the path of least resistance. If you decide that from now on you're going to be healthy, you're going to be fit, you're going to take good care of yourself, and you start genuinely embodying that state, what is most likely to happen is that you will naturally feel moved to, let's say, go to the gym or start working out in some other way. You will probably feel naturally inclined to start eating better, start eating healthier, maybe watch your diet more. And so in this way, you've embodied being the person who is healthier and who is more fit, and you start manifesting it by becoming that person. That is the most natural way, and that is the path of least resistance. And that is your manifestation coming into the flesh in the 3D. If you're manifesting a different version of your specific person and you start seeing them as that version, you start naturally embodying being the person who is treated the way that they want to be treated by their SP, chances are that your SP at some point, sooner or later, is going to reflect that change within you. But that is because you changed, and when you see the change in the 3D, when you see the change in that version of your SP towards a different version, it's going to feel so natural to you because you're already feeling natural about that change in them. You're already seeing them as the person who's treating you the way you want to be treated, and you feel yourself like the person who is treated the way that they want to be treated. If something triggers you a lot in a friend or a family member, and then one day you decide that, you know what, I'm not going to be triggered by that anymore, so you become the person who is no longer triggered by whatever they're doing, then you will probably notice that they're going to start reflecting a new version towards you. A version who is softer, a version who is actually treating you better from the moment you stop being triggered. And that is a natural manifestation of your new state. You are now the person who's no longer triggered by whatever behavior. And so the person naturally doesn't display that behavior anymore. So you see then that it has very little to do, if anything, with magic. Manifestation, you guys, is not magic. Manifestation is the natural reflection of who you are being within by the outer world. You're manifesting 24/7 the entire time with your assumptions, with who you're being, with the meanings you give to things and to circumstances, with your responses to whatever comes up in your 3D, with your expectations, with how you expect other people to show up, with how you show up as, with your beliefs, with your feelings, with your reactions, etc., etc. The combination of all of that manifests your world and your reality. It manifests how other people show up. It manifests how you show up. It manifests how you feel. It manifests what happens in your life, what occurs in your life and in your 3D. And it is not magic. It's nothing like that. It's not that you imagine for a few days or for a few weeks and then all of a sudden something falls from the sky. It's who you are being day to day, moment to moment, how that gets projected outwards, and how the outer world reflects it back to you, and you experience it as a manifestation. So I hope this makes things a little more clear. I hope this helps you guys understand why I insist so much in the fact that you need to change your state, and you need to change your perceptions, and you need to be who you want to be within and embody your desired state, because manifesting is not magic. Manifesting is the natural projection of who you are. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.